Hello everyone, welcome to Acing Academy's YouTube channel. My name is Arjun Chhabra. I'm a faculty at Acing Academy and Ace Online platform. In this particular video, we'll be talking about something new which students generally don't see us talking about on public platforms. Current challenges in the IT job market and how GATE examination can be your safe haven. Safe haven in the sense how GATE examination can help you in the worst of the times in IT domain specifically. In this particular video, we'll be talking about how the students are facing issues, what are the reasons behind those issues, right? Primarily in the IT sector, and specifically we'll be also talking about the psychology of the student, how the students think before opting a particular engineering domain, and how that psychology is making sure that the competition is very, very tough out there. Now, one more thing I want to point out over here is many students know us as faculties of GATE, Engineering Services Exam, right? Now, that is one part of our job. A major chunk of our job is also to help students understand the market trends, how the market trends have shaped up over the years and what it can be in future. Now, based upon my experience, I'll be sharing how to understand a particular market in general and how the job opportunities are shaping up in that particular sector. We'll be keeping IT industry as an example for that, right? So this video can be a bit long, but it will be surely very, very informative video for you and a data-backed video. So let's start with this data only. This particular curve over here on the screen right now, this is representing software development jobs postings in United States. Now, software development is one of the most sought after domains, not only IT or CSE students, but the students who are somewhat related with IT sector like BCA, MCA students. And also many times I see in various colleges, the students in the BTech domain, either consider electronics, electrical, civil or mechanical, they tend to prepare for software development job profiles, right, for the companies which are coming to their college. That is not only true for tier 1 colleges, it is true for tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 colleges, right? The pay packages may be way different, and keeping in mind that tier 1 colleges have the best packages and tier 2 and tier 3 colleges followed by that. But point is, software development is one of the most famous domains out there amongst all the engineering graduates. But what is happening after COVID? This data is representing post-COVID variation of the job postings, specifically in United States. And on what website? Indeed.com. Indeed is one of the most famous websites for, for postings jobs, right? Where companies post their jobs and everything, like Naukri.com, etc. in India. Now, on y-axis, you see an index which is representing pre-COVID data, and it is comparing it with the post-COVID data. They have kept a benchmark as 1st of February 2020 in this particular data as the index. And what is happening beyond that, it is measured keeping this as a benchmark. Now, from this particular level, when the COVID hit, see, this is 2020, and COVID hit over here, you saw a sudden drop in the job postings, right? More than 30% of the job postings declined, right? Around 36, 37%. There was a fall in the job postings. But soon after that, what we saw is there was, from the 7th month of 2020, there was a sudden sharp rise in the job postings in computer science domain. And wherever you saw students who were earning somewhere around 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs. In the next job, they are getting 100% hikes, 200% hikes. Right? Many people were boasting about that on LinkedIn and various other websites. See how much a package I'm getting during this particular phase. Right? During this particular phase, around 2022. At the end of, until the 2022 end. But post 2022, we saw a sudden decline in the job postings in software development profile. And as of 2nd of May 2025, right now, the job postings, this is now May, right? 5th of May, 2nd of May, right? 5th month. The level is somewhat close to what was the level which reached in COVID times. Right? You can see. This is the harsh reality of software development profile right now. And this tells us about the truth. Now, so you would say, sir, we are living in India. Why are you showing us data of United States? So one by one, I'll be pointing out so many points. If you want to note them out, you can note them. Or if you want to click a screenshot of them, you can click a screenshot of that. Now see this. Why US data? See, there's a very famous quote. When US sneezes, the whole world catches cold. Right? USD dominance, US dollar dominance in almost all the emerging markets. Like India is one of the largest emerging markets. And 50 to 60% of Indian tech business is dependent upon US. So if US struggles or if something is happening in US in the tech sector, it will surely be reflected in Indian tech sector as well. Right? So keep this in mind that the Indian IT and tech industry is significantly reliant on the US market, with US being its largest export destination. India exports IT services at a very large scale to companies living out in US or headquarters in the US. The companies, the US accounts for large proportion of the revenue of the major Indian IT companies, estimated around 55 to 62%. Right? Infosys, Wipro, TCS, all of these tech giants and other tech giants also. They are major company, they provide services to major companies out there in the US. Now coming back to this data, when you saw that a huge rise and huge fall. So there are two phases in the last 5 years specifically. There was a rise and there was a fall of the job postings. We have to understand this rise and fall and the reason behind that. And the reason is very, very important to understand. Has that reason played out in the previous cases also, in the previous economic scenarios as well? Yes, completely. The last phase turned out in 2008 to 2017. And the next phase was in 2020 to 2022. There is a huge similarity in between those two. But there is a very big difference and very influential difference in the two phases. We'll be understanding that. So this rise and fall, actually it is based upon the index which has been kept as February 1, 2020. Right? The pre-pandemic levels, baseline. We have kept that as a baseline. And January 2020, the fall was down by 35%. Remember that. So this 35% you saw. This 35% drop from this particular level. After that, currently the job postings are down by 33% as per the data as of 2nd of May 2025. Trends have been similar across all the major markets. Right? Not only US, all the major markets. Let's see this. Australia, US, Germany, France, UK. You can see this. In almost all the countries, you would see the similar trend, which has been following. A huge rise and huge fall. And these are tech hubs. These countries are specifically US. Now, is this a problem only in software development profile? No. IT operations and help desk, right? Somewhat related to IT industry. See this, the rise, a good rise and a very good fall as well. Right now it is very low, lower than the COVID levels. It is lower than the COVID levels. You can see this low. Now, I'll go back to the data. I'll go back to this data. You see, actually, the peak was doubled. It doubled, so 220% times. Right? Now, apart from that, keep this in mind, the IT operations, 60% rise. 60% rise. Positive 60%. Now, let's compare it with the other industries. Software development profile. See, the software development profile, rise, fall, software development, all job postings, as you can see. This is the benchmark. All other job postings are still positive. And software development is negative from the pre-COVID levels. Compare it with other engineering, let's say construction engineering jobs. Construction engineering or civil engineering jobs, let's compare it with them. And because why I'm mentioning construction engineering? Because if you'll go to colleges in northern part of India and various other colleges in southern part also, why I'm specifically mentioning the northern part of India is that the situation is very much critical over there. Around 30-40%, right? Some people are telling that 50% of the colleges have closed civil engineering. Right? Now see, we saw a downfall in the job posting. So downfall in the COVID was similar across the sectors. There was a rise and still it is in the positive direction. Still it is in the positive direction. Right? In the construction industry. Compare it with other postings, other job postings. Let's compare it with electrical engineering also, accounting, right? Non-technical positions as well. This is your benchmark over here. All are positive. Software development is negative. Software development is on a negative trajectory. As of May month 2025, it is still down. Now, keeping in mind that these domains are actually, especially in the construction sector and electrical engineering sector, these are highly underestimated domains right now among the students. Students actually consider these engineering profiles as useless, specifically in India. They don't consider it. They say these are nothing. We can't earn money over here. That is the logic which is being given by the students when you go to the colleges and when you interact with the students. Apart from that, overall software developer jobs have seen the biggest boom and the bust in vacancies. Boom and bust. So boom means positive rise and bust means negative fall. Highest rise and highest fall. So no other segment saw hiring more than double in 2022. As I told you, it doubled in 2022. Only in banking and other sectors as well. Why banking? I'll tell you the reason why banking also saw a double rise. Specifically, see, at the same time, hiring has fallen faster in software development in the last 2-3 years than anywhere else. Point is, once we see this data, obviously, the data is based upon numbers. Numbers speak something loudly. They are trying to tell us something. We need to understand this data because this data will help us to understand industries and how money flows into a particular industry, how the jobs are largely dependent upon the flow of money into that particular industry. Specifically, IT sector, I'll be keeping the example over here. The flow of money, see, when water is coming to your homes, it is coming from a source. If I cut that source, the water will stop. There will be no water at your homes. So obviously there is a source of money, and that source is pumping in some money into IT sector, and that sector is paying you salaries, right? It is filling up your pockets. If that source is cut, those pockets will be empty. You would see layoffs. You would see jobs being lost in that particular industry. But we need to try to understand. In 2024, there was a slight uptick in the jobs due to new AI startups popping up. We'll discuss this once we move forward. Now let's understand the rise and fall of software development jobs in the last 5 years. But I'll be also keeping in mind the example of 2028 financial crisis. So we saw this, the rise and the fall. Let's first discuss the rise. The software development job postings soared in 2021 and 2022. Starting from the 7th month of 2020, we saw a huge rise in the job postings. The tech companies expanded rapidly. They expanded rapidly. They were bloating actually. Fueled by economic recovery and a surge in the startup funding. These are the two major reasons. I'll be expanding on these two reasons. Economic recovery and surge in the startup funding. See, whenever such calamities happen, right, economic crisis. So COVID was a crisis which had a very devastating effect on economies all across the world. Before this, 12 years back, 2008 financial crisis because of Lehman Brothers financial crisis, right? Real estate bubble burst in US, and that led to recession all throughout the world. There was economic crisis all throughout the world across countries, right? And India was, India didn't shy away from that. Point is, economic recovery during these tough times like recessions is fueled by two major factors. Number one, it is lowering the interest rates. Whenever such calamities happens, the central banks of these countries, they tend to reduce the interest rates. Interest rates as in the rate cuts, right? India, RBI keeps it, the repo rate. We specifically say that as repo rate. Repo rate, when it is dropped, the monthly EMIs which you may be paying in your loans, they also reduce. So this fuels up economy. How? Because there will be savings in your hands. The EMIs which you will be, which you are paying for your loans, they reduce. And the new loans which you will be taking up, they will be at lower interest rates. It is same for the companies as well. So at the personal level and at the business level, it is a very positive thing. It fuels up the economy. And second, that fueling is followed by money printing. The more the money is printed, the better it is for fueling the economy to run the economic machine once again, which came to a halt due to recessions. These two are the most important things in terms of economic recovery. And this actually fueled up IT industry. Whenever such recessions have happened, IT industry is a product of actually taking the advantage of this. These two primarily increase the liquidity in the market. More money ends up in the hands of general public through savings, cheaper loans and credit. And also this boosts spending, right? There will be more savings in your hands and you'll be spending more amount of money. This fuels up the economy. GDP rises. Please note this point. During this time, the returns on the safe assets like government bonds, FDs, they are primarily lower. So people do not invest in those. they try to invest in high risk assets like stocks and startups. So this led to what? Startup funding. So this lower interest rates and money printing actually boosts startup funding. So funding is more during this particular time. And funding possibility is more, and when it matches up with the opportunity in a particular sector, it tends to increase the funding in that particular industry. Now see, the periods of interest rates in the US, right, when they were lower than 1%. See this, 2008 to 2017, this is very important phase for you, specifically for IT sector. And 2020 to 2022, 2 years. So this one was for 9 years and this one was for 2 years. The gap between the two is also very less, only for 3 years. Now keep this in mind. One more thing is that IT industry is fueled by lower interest rates. And one more thing, why I am specifically ignoring the previous low interest rates? Because many students who are watching this video must have born during the times of 2002, 2003, and now they are in their colleges, preparing for examinations like GATE and engineering services. So many students are familiar with these two. They are the people who are using phones, and specifically in terms of IT, these two phases are very, very important. See, the IT sector, the last two periods of low interest rates are very crucial. How? Number one is 2008 to 2017 and number second is 2020 to 2022 phase. Let's talk about this first phase. Huge financial crisis broke in 2007 due to the housing mortgage bubble burst. This is not important for you, but I'm telling you the reason. Economic problem which came into picture. Interest rates hit almost zero in 2008. Interestingly, this was a zero interest rate period. Interestingly, over a decade, the tech industry was the benefactor of this lengthy zero interest rate period. Why? Because in this period, Apple launched iPhone 2007 and Google launched Android. So smartphones popping up during that particular time. I completely remember in 2012, I was graduating my 12th standard and my father bought me a Sony Xperia P during that particular time. Nowadays, it is not there, but it was a very trendy phone during that particular time, and Android was coming up with huge number of new updates and good features. So within a decade, iOS and Android were the only two mainstream mobile operating systems. And see, opportunity. What do you mean by this? This is nothing but opportunity. And whenever opportunity meets money, it is a beneficiary, right? It's very crucial. Whenever opportunity is there, you can see the opportunity. The money availability is there in the market. Money is available for cheap in the market at lower interest rates. Obviously, this will create more number of jobs, right? Huge opportunity you saw, ease of money flow, right? Money is flowing into the industry because of the opportunity. The opportunity is pumping, helping to pump more money, and which is creating more number of jobs in the industry, right? Now, point is, so what happened in 2020 to 2022 phase? COVID-19 pandemic actually boosted the large scale usage of internet. You, me, everyone was at home, right? We all were using internet. Internet penetration, specifically if I talk about India, was at an all-time high. Right? Around 500 million people in India were using internet during that particular time. Now also they are using it. But the point is, it was for the first time we saw that opportunity, right? Now, boosting content creation, influencer community, consumerism through e-commerce, now quick commerce also, right? E-commerce came into picture during that particular time only, right? Flipkart came during that 2010, 2012 phase only, right? And it was popping up online shopping and everything. Amazon also during that particular time came into picture. Uber and all those applications came during that particular time. Now, quick commerce. These two phases specifically, right? Both the phases. Why these two are very important for us? 2008 to 2017 and 2020 to 2022. In both phases, we saw a re-centralization of existing markets. Re-centralization of existing markets means, right, let's say some Kirana stores are there. The Kirana stores are moving online. The clothing shops, right, online shopping you were doing. The clothing shops, you used to go on offline stores and showrooms to buy clothes. All that came online, right? So existing market only, you are re-centralizing it online. You're selling through online applications. Staying in Delhi, you can sell stuff to the people who are staying in Kerala. This won't be a possibility before, without internet. This came into picture, right? These applications came into picture. We saw that it was happening, right? It was quick. It re-centralized the commerce industry in general. And which industry was the beneficiary of that? IT. IT helped to do that. So when we talk about the growth phase of IT industry, when you club, 2008 to 2022, the growth phase, the highest ever growth in the software engineering discipline we saw in 2011 to 2021. This decade is very, very crucial. It's very crucial, right? Whosoever was graduating during this particular time, you saw the stories of those people. They were earning hell lot of money. Why they were being given such high packages? Because of the growth in the industry. Opportunity meeting money. Right? The flow of money was very ease, right? Zero interest rates or low interest rates were pumping in more money into the industry because of more opportunities, right? And what is happening beyond that? You are witnessing lower growth, and even right now it is on the downward trajectory. Pick up the Nasdaq index, how much it had fallen before this Trump problem came into picture, or how much the Indian IT index had fallen. Right now they are increasing, but point is, the financial results of most of the Indian IT giants in the last quarter were very surprising, and they were very low. And talk to the employees of those companies. They are not getting increments. They're not getting proper increments for the post 2022. They're not getting anything. I am in touch with so many people out there who are in IT sector, and they are saying in major companies like TCS, Infosys, at good positions, they are saying in the last couple of years, their increment has been on an average 2 or 3%. That's it. In good cases, it is 5%. It is 6%. There are more chances of increment staying in the company right now. People used to switch a lot of jobs during this particular phase. While switching jobs, you are getting good rises, right? Good pay hikes you are getting. People were enjoying a lot during this particular time, right? 40% increase, 30% increase. On an average, they were getting. But point is, right now, there are more chances of getting hikes staying in the same company. This is being followed by the students who are employees who are actually in the industry right now. Talk to them. You'll get a much better picture. Now, point is, as I told you, money printing fuels up industry. When opportunity meets money printing, let's see how much money printed actually. See, this data is representing how much money was printed in US post 2008. So this 2008, this y-axis representing what? Millions of US dollars. And this is what? 10 lakh US dollars was flowing in the market, right? Flowing in the country. There was a huge spike in the money printing. It reached, there was 100% increase actually. It reached 20 lakh million US dollars. Throughout this 10-year phase, there was growth in the money printing and it plateaued after 2014. There was a bit of a fall. And then when COVID hit, huge spike. And after 2022, money printing has stopped. Now, because of this stoppage of money printing, you are witnessing lower growth, right? During this particular phase also, post 2018 as well, the industry had slowed down because of lower money printing. After 2020, again a spike. Right? This is a huge spike. Right now, see, when you compare 2008, 10 lakh million US dollars, right now, how much amount of money is there in the market, during this particular phase? 90 lakh million US dollars. 9 times since 2008 to 2022. It's a huge thing. So much amount of money being pumped into the economies. And good chunk of that money is flowing in the IT sector because of the opportunity. This was a very good phase. From this particular point to this point. Good phase. Good amount of money has been printed and pumped into the economy and into the IT sector. And people took a lot of benefit of that. So, the first fall you see, it is making sure that there are so many layoffs right now. But the rock bottom interest rates provided big boost to the tech sector. Low interest rates helpfully coincided with the dawn of age of smartphones. See, in 2008, there was a coincidence, right? 2008 financial crisis came up, but iPhone was also launched, Android was also launched during that particular time. Right? So that financial economic bust which was there, it coincided with the best ever technological advancements in the history, right? Starting was from 2008 only. iPhone and Android came into picture. It actually coincided. And that coincidence helped to boost the tech sector. And many believe that startups primarily grow during the low interest phases as it is easy to raise VC funding. We'll also elaborate on this once again. But right now, the fall which you are witnessing, that is very important. Hiring slowed dramatically in 2023 because of economic uncertainty. I'll explain this. Right? Widespread layoffs and reduced venture capital investment in the startups. They actually hit the industry. So here COVID started. At this particular peak, the interest rates were at the lowest. They were 0 in the US and 4% as per the central government RBI. Repo rate was 4% in India. Now, what is economic uncertainty? How does money printing produces economic uncertainty in the market? Actually, it is the leading cause of inflation. If I am printing more number of rupee and pumping it into the economy, more money is available to the people. Therefore, inflation rises. Lower interest rates are inflationary. It is very critical for Indian people. See, US, fine. US is there. We are Indians, right? We are more concerned about what is the scenario in India. In India, inflation is much more critical for the fact that 80% of the Indian people or Indian population is dependent upon 80 crore of Indians are actually dependent upon government subsidies. Right? They are like getting money daily wagers, getting money daily and they are eating food. And we will see what will happen tomorrow. 80 crore people are like that. And the food inflation becomes very, very critical specifically. So in that particular case, I won't see that one industry is growing, so let's pump in more money. I would see the general public also as a central government. So they would increase the interest rates. So lowering interest rates and high money printing periods are followed by interest rates hikes. You would increase. This is the first phase of layoffs. So the first fall which you see in this particular figure, right? Let's divide this fall into two parts. This first phase is because of increase in the interest rates. Right? Increase in interest rates means what? Now money is being limited. The people who have taken loans, their EMIs are increasing. Their cost is increasing. Cost of production is increasing. Everything is increasing. Right? In terms of, saving more amount of money, they would do what? They would lay off people. The company started to lay off people to save more money. This happened across IT sector. And not only in IT sector, it happened in almost all the sectors. But there is a secondary effect of this fall. The second effect of this fall is influenced by advancements in artificial intelligence. This is the second phase of layoffs which you saw. Going back to this figure, this is what? Because of advancements in artificial intelligence. The cost of a high quality code has gone down. The medium level coders, right? Lower level coders are though replaced. They are replaced. Specifically, the students who were, in tier 2, tier 3 colleges, they were hugely dependent upon these placements. Being a medium level coder or a lower level coder. Now, those coders, okay, they can produce a high quality code, but the cost will go down now in terms of what? The amount of money or revenue which the service-based industries would be earning. This you can see in the financial results of Infosys. This you can see in the financial results of TCS. This you can see in the financial results of Wipro. Their revenues are going down and they are projecting lower revenues in the following quarters as well. Right? Now the point comes, do these companies are deprived? Are these companies deprived of money? No. They are cash-rich companies. They have a lot of cash. But where would they invest that particular cash? R&D, research and development in artificial intelligence. Because they want to excel in this particular sector. They can't say that, okay, now AI is coming, my business is gone. No. Right? Now keep this in mind. This particular thing is going on till date. Very recently, Microsoft, Amazon have laid off people. Very, very recently. Are they deprived of money? No. They are cash-rich companies. Point is, these layoffs actually, because of widespread adoption of artificial intelligence-powered software development tools, they enhance productivity. There is a shift in the focus by the tech companies towards efficiency. When Amazon laid off 14,000 employees, right, last month or last to last month, 14,000 employees they laid off. Read that article. While they were laying off, it is because of the efficiency initiatives which they are running in their industry or in their company. Very recently, Microsoft also laid off around 6,000 employees. Now, all of these major firms like many other major firms like Goldman Sachs, many other companies also, you would see various random numbers. artificial intelligence will lead around 40% decline or 30% decline in the jobs until 2030 or something like that. Okay, it is a factor, but this will create more jobs as well. Once training LLMs, large language models, will also become cheaper. You can see that with respect to DeepSeek. Now training LLMs have become a bit cheaper in terms of what it used to be because of ChatGPT or OpenAI systems, right? So see the tech layoffs since COVID-19. After 2022, there was a huge increase in the layoffs. This was primarily boosted by lower interest rates or higher interest rates, high interest rates, increase in the interest rates. Now, whatever layoffs are going on, it is boosted by artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is not taking as many jobs as higher interest rates or pumping in money had done. Now, keep this in mind. What is the headcount growth in all of these, major companies? Meta, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. You see, after 2022, in 2023, when interest rates were increased, you saw the decline in the job postings. In 2024, jobs were increased because of new artificial intelligence startups coming into picture. But now also they are declining. They are on the downward trajectory now. Right. Now, point is, there is reduced VC funding also in the late stage startups. It is because post zero interest rate periods, it is much harder to raise new funding, fewer IPOs and other exits. Few options except trying to achieve profitability, even if it means deep cuts. Deep cuts, that is in funding cut. Early stage startups, post zero interest rate periods or low interest rate periods, investors expect more at the seed stage, the starting stage, and raising a Series A became very challenging for them, and a low burn rate is table stakes, right? Now the point comes is that the impact of 2020 phase, what is important for you, because all of this is not in your control. What is in your control? We'll be discussing that. And how the students are getting impacted right now, we'll be also discussing that in this particular sector now. This part of the video is much, much more important for you. The impact of 2020 and 2022 phase is more critical than the previous phase of 2008. For an Indian student graduating in 2025, mainly influenced by competition. Why? Because see, surface level issues which you talk about on Instagram, YouTube, you're talking about what? You're talking about economic uncertainty. Okay, fine. You're talking about advancements in artificial intelligence. Okay, fine. But no one is talking about deeper level issue, which is competition in IT sector right now. Students are struggling much more because of this rather than artificial intelligence and economics uncertainty. This is the biggest problem right now. Even more than artificial intelligence, specifically for Indian students. Let's understand this. Why? Now, point is, this was not the case. This was not a problem in 2008. It was not a problem. How? Let's see. It is a problem right now. See, during 2020 to 2022, record high admissions in computer science and related fields were reported. See, when there was this spike in the jobs, all of you who took computer science engineering was influenced by this spike. And the spike which was there in the previous decade. You all were saying that, okay, this IT sector, it is the best sector in India. Right? People are becoming millionaires at the age of 23. This bullshit reason was being given by the students. Actually, which was not true. Average package of an IT fresher in the year 2022 as reported by moneycontrol.com. It was 3.55 lakhs per annum. It was still 3.55 lakhs per annum for an IT fresher. And back in 2012, how much it was? 2.5 lakhs. In 10 years, 1 lakh is increased. And this is not I am saying. This is moneycontrol.com. Check out. Check it out. You would see that data somewhere hovering on internet. Now, point is, as per AISHE data, what is this? All India Survey of Higher Education. This particular data. Computer science is the topmost preferred field amongst all the engineering fields for the year 2001-2022. How many admissions? 12.9 lakh admissions all across India. This is not including the students in IT. They are separate, 6 lakhs. This is not including the BCA domain students. It is separate. When you count them also, this number is reaching 20 to 22 lakhs. The students in computer science domain right now. See this. CSE, computer science, was the third preferred domain in the year 2013 and 14, 10 years back. There was a very good balance amongst all the engineering fields. Competition was not that much of a problem because every engineering field was ranging between 5 to 8 lakhs individually. Individually, you would see around 5 to 8 lakhs of students in each engineering domain. Now, the students are digressing towards computer science. All of that pressure only on one engineering sector. Number of students appearing for BTech is, during this time also was close to 40 lakhs. Here also, during this particular time, the number of students is around 39 somewhat lakhs as per the AISHE data. So the number of students, total number of students are not changing. Right? See this, everyone. Who is he? He is Ram Gopal Rao. He is a very much distinguished personality on internet in the education sector. He is former director of IIT Delhi and also the current vice chancellor of BITS Pilani, right? And all the BITS Pilani institutions, group of institutions right now. And he is very much distinguished in education sector. He was compelled to, say this on Times of India interview that engineering is not just computer science and IT. Because he and various other dignitaries in the education sector were appalled with the number of admissions in computer science. Go to colleges, private universities. You will understand this. What is the competition out there? Engineering education in the industry is facing enormous challenges with the colleges hardly able to fill even 1/3 of the available seats in the branches other than computer science and IT. The students don't want to join any of the traditional disciplines like civil, mechanical, material science, metallurgy, electrical, etc. Many colleges are at crossroads wondering what to do with the faculty and infrastructure created in these core disciplines. This leaves many unanswered questions. If everyone studies IT and computer science, and if all the companies and products they build are e-commerce and IT related, where does this leave the other disciplines? It is easy to move from mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, etc. to IT, but vice versa is not true. It is not easy. This statement is very crucial, and it was, very eye-catching. I guess it was very much appalled on LinkedIn as well. You can follow him on LinkedIn. He's one of the best persons to follow on LinkedIn actually, if you are interested in education sector. Point comes, software development is doing bad, but what is doing good? Machine learning, data, and artificial intelligence. You see, the job opportunities which existed pre-COVID, right? Before COVID, in full stack, mobile, back-end developer, front-end developer, all these development jobs are stagnant or even on the downward trajectory. What is actually growing is the jobs in machine learning, the jobs in data scientist jobs, data analyst jobs, and business analyst jobs, and artificial intelligence. They are flourishing. Entire IT sector is not bad, I'm saying. It's not bad. It is one of the best things what can happen in technological sector, in tech sector. But point is, students are still doing what they were doing before COVID. They're trying to go for jobs which were a norm before COVID, not now. Right? Now, point is, how can GATE exam be your safe haven? Whenever uncertainty comes, what you do as a family. I'll give you one example. If there is money problem at your home, what would you be doing? There must be some gold in your home, right? You'll be selling that gold and you'll be helping your family with that. GATE examination is gold for investments, right? See, it's like gold for your investments. GATE examination. It helps you in the worst of the times. It helps you to safeguard your career in times of uncertainties by providing wider opportunity base. You can safeguard yourself in terms of not wasting your years or taking a drop year or something like that. It's better to do something and go for MTech in tier 1 colleges. And many students are doing it right now. And I can prove it to you. Whenever uncertainties comes, in computer science sector, the number of students increases. In GATE examination, the students who are giving GATE examination increases in computer science whenever uncertainty comes. You will see that. Result, actually it is valid for 3 academic years. Why this is important? See, in your final year, if you clear GATE examination with good score, if you're getting a job also, take that job. Gain 1 year of experience and go for MTech program afterwards. You don't need to prepare for GATE examination once again. During your college time, you can strengthen your concepts. It will surely help to build up your resume and colleges as well, right? Specifically the students who are in tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. Due to all this, GATE examination becomes one of the most popular examinations during the time of uncertain job scenario. See this. Let's see the data, right? Data is important, right, for us. Many of you are what? Aspiring data scientists, data analysts. So in 2020, 2021, COVID phase, very crucial phase, right? A lot of variants of COVID coming into picture. There was a huge fall in the job opportunities, what you saw. Number of students who gave GATE examination in computer science, it was close to 1,922 students. The number of students who appeared for the exam. In 2022, post 2022, what you saw? The increase in the job opportunities. The number of, in 2023 as well, the opportunities were good. The number of students actually fall. They were close to around 77,000, 75,000. In 2024, when the job opportunities are so low, it crossed 1,24,000. Also, primary factor is that the admissions also increased in computer science during this particular phase. And one more thing, in 2025, the number of students who appeared for GATE examination is 1,70,825 students. Why they are increasing? One, uncertain times. Second, competition in job opportunities. And in uncertain times, GATE examination helps you a lot. Because of the wider opportunity base in PSUs, MTech MS programs, management programs, PhD, CSIR, BARC, DRDO, ISRO, there are so many opportunities through GATE examination. You'll land up somewhere. MTech is the most popular one. because of more number of opportunities, more number of colleges, right? And specifically, also one add on this number as well, because this is nothing but DA, Data Science Artificial Intelligence. This was introduced in 2024. Around 40,000 students over here. So close to 1,60,000, and here 1,70,000 plus 57,000. So close to 2.3 lakhs students appeared for the exam in this particular sector. So keep this in mind. GATE is nothing but gold for your investments. It is like the examination which safeguards your career in the worst possible scenario. Instead of buying cheap courses of 40, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, learning stupid, foolish stuff. People are selling stupid shit out there for such cheap prices. And it is nothing but a hole in your resume. Nothing, actually. You're wasting your time in that. Work on your concepts, work on your subjects, and that GATE can help you with that. So, as you all know, Ace Academy has been at the forefront of teaching students for GATE examination. And our new batches are launching for Engineering Services GATE and PSUs for the year 2026 online live classes from 22nd of May, 8th of June, and 21st of June. You can join if you are in a final year or third year. This is the batch to go for. If you are a student who is willing to relocate to Hyderabad as well, Avids, Kotabet, our batches are coming 22nd of May, 8th of June, and 21st of June. Apart from that, if you're a student who is in their second year of college or even third year of their college, from 8th of June for the year 2027 GATE examination, we are starting our batch. Please be open to like this video, share this video with your friends, because I worked a lot on this video first of all, and to help you to give a picture of IT industry, IT jobs, and the problems which the students are facing. It was data backed, and it is a very crucial video to help you in future endeavors as well, to make decisions in the future as well. So thank you for watching, and do share this video and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next video.